I started making tin fish, probably 30 years ago now, or almost 30 years ago. I had been working as a potter for a long time and wanted to do something different. Found a call for a competition for weather vanes. Didn't have the material I wanted, and then discovered I had a bunch of fish scales in my recycle bin. When I looked in my recycle bin, I saw these perfectly cut circles lying on top of each other, just the way fish scales would. And I thought, oh, I can use that material. But then I had to figure out how. Hi, my name is Alanna Baird. I'm the tin fish lady from St. Andrews, New-Brunswick. My first fish is quite crude looking. It got a lot of attention. It was the early 90s. Recycling was just barely beginning. But it was featured in the 1993 American Craft Council publication. It's pretty amazing that the very first piece I did in that material was chosen. When I look back on that piece, it's a little embarrassing because it was pretty crude, but it was a beginning, and it obviously was a good beginning. I really like it when people look at my metal fish, that they see a fish first and see the tin can second. I like them to be attracted by this shiny object, come over to it, look closer, and then go, oh, and realize what it's made from. And it makes people think more about their own tin cans. I think that people, after seeing them, look, when they open a can of cat food, when they're in the grocery store, they're looking at the material just a little bit differently because they've seen it used in a new way. I think I've always been someone who likes to explore material. I come from a background of father, grandfather who made things out of what they had around them. People who grew up in the Depression didn't have the money to go get things, and so they would save things and then use them again, find new uses. And I really like exploring the possibilities of a material. I can't buy my materials at a store. It's just not possible to order 6 more green lids, please. I have to wait for it to come. People in my town know that I'm looking for certain things and they save them. There'll be a baggie tied to my doorknob of my studio full of new to me tin cans. And I've even had people who've seen my work on the internet, liked what I'm doing, they have a cat, it eats that kind of food, and they'll mail me tin cans from afar, which is always sort of phenomenal to me to have something arrive in the mail. Someone's gone to the trouble to do that. Or I'll rattle home from someplace because someone's handed me a bag and said, oh, here, take these when you're going. I think people are happy to donate to my projects because of what I'm doing, because it is creating something artistic out of what otherwise was garbage. If you put it in a blue bin and it gets picked up at the curb, it's gone. You really aren't as aware of where it goes. So I think there's even a little bit of pride that, you know, my cat ate that fish. I'm not an environmental activist. I'm not out preaching anything to anybody, but I am an active environmentalist. I practice what I believe. I've gone to the extent of putting solar panels on my studio because I think it's the right thing to do. For me, it's important to leave this world a little better than it is at the moment. And part of that is that I have a grandson, so I worry about that stuff. And I think we can make individual choices that do make a difference. And if you can factor the environment in your choices, it's a really good thing.